Hello, this is King Rex coming at you with a game called the New Campaign Trail. It's the same as the old campaign trail. They have a lot of different elections you can choose from. I'm going to do 1844. Um, James Polk won the election. He won a very close election by a small margin in the state of New York. I'm going to try to win it with Henry Clay. So I already said I'm going to pick Henry Clay. Since the difference is New York, Fillmore's from New York, that should help in New York a little bit. I'm going to pick Fillmore. We're going to do the default settings. Martin Van Buren, Democrat and president until 1841, making a tour of the country to visit various friends and political figures. We extend an invitation to him to stay in your state for a few days. Van Buren actually was the favorite to win the Democratic nomination, but it was an upset that Polk actually beat him. But this will strictly be personal invite. We are friends. Besides, it might blunt some opposition to my candidacy in New York. I'm going to look at the latest polls. So we're 50-45 there right now. And right now I'm killing an electoral vote because Polk is just not known. So I'm going to actually pick this one. Word makes its way to New York that you and Martin Van Buren were able to put a political difference aside, enjoy a few warm days. So basically, it should help me in New York. It doesn't hurt me at all. I'm actually doing very well up here in the north. That's what's really carrying me. I'm not going to win Michigan or Virginia. I just think that's not. What points emphasize your acceptance letter? I won't avoid any mention of Texas, and I'm going to on economic principles right now. I'm going to sort of give lukewarm support to next in Texas. I don't. I mean, it's going to hurt me. Well, I guess it does hurt a lot, man. But I think it's actually done because they're asking right away, what's Texas? We'll put I support the annexation of Texas. That should put me back. So basically, I kind of did both, went both ways on that because I didn't support it the first time, but okay. What's your position on tariff of 1842 be? You support that tariff. That was a tariff that Clay wanted and pushed for. So if you don't support the tariff, it's not smart. I like looking here and seeing where we're at. So we are ahead right now. We weren't going to win by that big, huge margin at the beginning. But I'm not going to support an amendment, but I'm going to not run again. So that's probably actually pretty decent. I've upped my gap. Do you believe some revenue should be set aside to finance internal improvements such as canals and roads? That's something Henry Clay always supported. So we're going to go with that. It actually kind of hurts there, but you're going to lose some of these southern states that you started out supportive no matter what. The idea is to win up in here in this area. He's a big proponent of the national bank too. So the game might not like that, but I think that's the way to go. But it just says there's been fondness of horse racing, drinking, and gambling, but he's basically going to say it doesn't affect how my work that I've done. It puts me ahead, actually. I don't know how some of these questions work. I don't know if it's the compilation of all the answers up to that point. It's probably what it is. I'm not going to come out against annexation of Texas, so we're going to do this one here. we're not doing too well. 170 to 105 is what actually happened in real life. I'm gonna go with not avoiding that. Yeah, well, that put me way ahead. Cassius Clay, your cousin's partial letter stating that you're in accord with the abolition movement. How will you respond to this? This is kind of the most moderate. I'm not going to dignify letter of response. We must attack Cassius Clay's statements at once. Basically, we're going to do this. It will hurt us in the South, but we really need to win in the North. So it'll probably hurt us overall in electoral vote, but we're still ahead. The Whig Party is a national party. I think that's the winning answer. It didn't seem to be there, though. I'm going to not attack that part. I'm going to ignore them. And that puts them. So I think it's kind of a compilation because I don't know how that would make that much of a difference. You go with this one. Nothing wrong with that response. You have to do only have one interest corrupt bargain thing. It's probably going to hurt me. Yeah, that's back to the same margin. I'm going to go with the Manifest Destiny thing because that was big at the time. I'm not against annexing Texas in this. It does put me back into the. That was a big thing. Now it does put me back into the lead. Like I said, he supports the national bank. So he's not going to go for independent treasury, even if it hurts a little bit. It's a lot bit, but that's what he did. I think if you go against it, it's going to make you sound like someone that'll say anything to win. I'm not going to address this letter. Wow. So yeah, I'm going to go for the bank, even though it's probably not going to help me. I think it's what you got to deal with Clay. Look, you see, he's not in bad shape. I think if you come out in support of basically, if you're going back and forth on the issues, it's going to look bad. Do you support any change to our current naturalization laws? I'm going to go with this one here. It's kind of the middle of the road. Hope it doesn't hurt me. We're good with that. So that middle of the road is probably the way to go. I'm not going to address this issue. Basically, Illinois was wrong, and this is what I would actually do in real life, but to win the game, you're just not going to address it. Let's see here. It still gives me the win. I mean, it doesn't hurt too bad. We're not going to address the gag rule, though technically we would go there on it. See if it didn't make a difference. I'm not going to do this 54-40 or fight. Some of all of. This is kind of weird about this. We need to negotiate a permanent agreement with Great Britain that grants some of all of the Oregon Territory. Because what's some of all of? These will say some or all of, would be my guess. I'm going to go with this one. I think it's a winner. Yeah, maybe not. I'm going to veto a lower tariff. So let's see if that does anything for us. Wow, we're way up now. This far into the questions to be up by that much, but it swings so. Because we're on. Okay, that's actually pretty good. So New York, we're up by 1%. Even, we're good. I'm gonna go New York because I think if we have to win New York. That's our last question. I think if we can win New York, we should be able to win. We're actually doing pretty good in Pennsylvania and Indiana as well, so we could have a pretty good win here. South Carolina always finishes right away because their state legislature voted which electors to pick, not the people. They did not have a popular vote. Wish you could speed us up a little bit, but, well, lost Pennsylvania, but so far things are going the way they went in real life. Like I said, New York's the one you gotta flip. I think in real life, Clay won also Tennessee, and he would have needed New York to win the election. So that would be tough because it's 36 electoral votes. I think that's kind of what I need to win. It does take a little while to go through. I can't believe that Louisiana and Georgia would take longer than Indiana to go, though. It all comes down to New York. It must be razor thin there. I won. I won still won New York. All right. So I won 141 to 134. To show you the original electoral map, you'll see that it was pretty much the same, except for I flipped New York, which was my strategy. I'm going to see how close New York was. So it literally come down to less than 2,000 votes here. 1,780 votes. Here's the historical results. You can see that it was flipping New York, which was huge. James Burney actually did better in this election. I did get more votes, and Polk did get less votes, but I still lost the popular vote, but not by as much. All right, I want to thank you for watching. Like, share, subscribe, and have a great day.